What
So
type
I
of easy
should so
game?
I shouldn't go around bragging like, "Oh yeah, I've played that campaign before."
One of our members of a different Tomb of Annihilation game had that conversation with his friend, and he was like, "Wait a minute, you guys didn't have this and that?" And he started to find out pretty quickly that this module was written in 2017, and
Yeah.
there since then there have been a lot of suggestions on how to improve it, but my own flavor for this campaign I think improves it even more. But the primary thing I do is let the players drive the adventure. And so if they want to go in a certain direction or they suspect a certain thing about the story, then the story kind of develops down this avenue that nobody's ever predicted before.
Interesting. Well, I love your
Definitely.
version of it. It's awesome. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Last session we were in the port city of Nyanzaru and had made our allegiances with the various merchant princes. We antagonized the Lady Vanessa, who, though vulnerable, is always striving for more power. And as soon as she realized that we were a threat to unseating her position as a merchant prince of Nyanzaru, she sent her army of animated armors after us, and we narrowly escaped with the help of Wizard Sylvain, who opened a portal to the jungle. Now, he has given us an item that can help us get back home. This canister of arcane abeyance contains a circle of teleportation, which is just on the cusp of being finished casting. There's a mage hand trapped in this device that, when the canister is opened, it will complete the circle, leading back to the basement of Merchant Prince Sylvain's mansion. But he says not to open it just yet. It's a very important spell canister because he has been casting that same circle of teleportation 1,000 times and trapping it in. And when this canister is opened, it will open a permanent circle of teleportation. And he wants us to choose a location of high ground at which to open it. Sylvain provided us with this canister, this paintbrush satchel, which conceals the canister, and currently Luciel is holding this, masquerading as an artist. Looking at our map of the continent of Cholt, the portal that he opened has got us all the way out here to the river Schoenstar. We're only a day's journey from Camp Righteous. But where to open the spell canister, we don't know yet. There is the high plateau of Mbala, which looks out over the valley of Cholt into the Aldani Basin. To the west are the Mistcliff Mountains high above the sea, where certainly would be a safe location of high ground that we could open the portal. But also to the south are Kir Sabal, and perhaps even the Kobold Mountains or the Peaks of Flame. Sylvain's theory is that the Soulmonger is somewhere here on this continent, and if we can establish a forward base of operations, it will improve our likelihood of putting an end to the curse before his life force runs out. Our little group of adventurers has just taken a long rest. Here in the safety of this large jungle tree, throughout the night you heard the wild screams and ramblings of dinosaurs in the dark and the groans of ghouls stalking through the woods. It's the first night that it hasn't rained during storm season, but looking to the sky you can see the dark clouds are beginning to form, and by afternoon you know that this will be flooded, and you'll likely need to find a way to travel by canoe.
I do not fear water. Although I may be half tabaxi, I am also half giant, and would gladly wade through these waters with no fear of the fish who would bite at my shins.
Akeniafa, boisterous and bold, the gladiatorial hero and former merchant prince of Nyanzaru, does not fear the wilds, though the rest of you may have your doubts. Private Gerard cannot take much saturation. As he jiggles with delight in the morning sun.
Biting fish, you say?
Yes, and if you are not cautious, they will tear a hole into your skin and lay their eggs inside. That is why I prefer to leap from branch to branch and tree to tree.
He is coddling his girlfriend, Maxine, who has also escaped Nyanzaru with us. Though she has spent her entire life chained to the bathhouse, this is her very first adventure into the jungles that she has heard so many stories about.
I'll give like a side-eye glance over at Luciel, and I'll be like, I'm not very fond of swimming myself.
Ah, the waters. I typically like the water, but here in the jungle, I agree with you. I don't really want to go near it. The mud, the dirtiness. I much prefer the hot springs.
Yes. As you guys look out over the shallow waters here, they are not brackish yet, but when the rains come, so do the muds, and the water floods up around the trunks of the trees, carrying with it a great amount of detritus and flotsam. Should a flash flood come, you will be swept up in it, but finding a way through the branches may be a safer bet.
So we're done resting, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to start planning like a path through the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did we still want to go to Camp Righteous, or do we want to take a look at the map and kind of decide on the direction to go, or just find our way through the trees to Camp Righteous?
Camp Righteous sounds fine to me.
Yeah, how far are each one of these hexagons?
Each hexagon typically represents about 10 miles. Sometimes the terrain is difficult, and sometimes we do get lost. If doing a hex crawl, we would typically appoint one of ourselves as the navigator, and that person would roll a survival check to see if we can navigate towards our intended destination. Each hexagon holds a different day's surprises, and so you'll want to be sure that you have your supplies ready.
I agree with you. All Camp Righteousness would be best. I will say that I prefer to stay in the back. I'll be your support. I'm not from around here, so I would get lost easily, I believe.
Heading back to the group.
I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like Levi would be the best leader here, or Akumal, since both of them are from around these parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akumal should know the forests.
And so we can hang around and enjoy the morning fire with our breakfast. There's no hurry at all. The sense of urgency is left now that we have safely escaped Nyanzaru. We could even take the better part of a day, waiting to begin.
Oh, do we still have that book that Sylvain let us use? There might be something on there to study a bit before moving on.
Yeah, let's check it out.
A book from Sylvain.
Did we get one?
Looking through our inventory, there's a gold tooth. Ah, yes. We have a book called The Quest for Excellence, and also a book called Traps and Escapes.
I'd love to read the Traps and Escape book.
Yeah,
Yes.
this tarnished and dented book with a black cover of tough and thickened leather. It appears like a book, but as you turn it over in your hands, it seems difficult to open. The cover seems sealed to the pages, and as you flip through the edges of the paper, it is indeed a book contained here, but yet somehow doesn't open. Would you like to roll an investigation?
Yes, I would. Well, I got a 7, which is not very good.
Indeed. Not very good. The mystery of the book seems to elude you. It is a worthy doorstop, however. The word traps and escapes on the cover give you the indication that it's just some type of prank. This is just, in your mind, a well-designed brick.
Maybe we should read the other book, guys. Seems like a more interesting read.
Let us try it.
The Quest for Excellence. Sylvain himself has read it 6 times. This one's a bit easier to understand, Dalish. In fact, it's hard to put down. As you begin reading about the story of what it's like to be an adventurer, the very essence of one who leaves their home to achieve something greater than what was capable in and of themselves. It talks about companionship and sportsmanship and dealing with challenges. Would you like to read it to the group or have someone read it to you?
I'll read it to the group.
Yeah. You turn to the table of contents, and there is a chapter about friendship, a chapter about trials, and a chapter about experience. Which one would you like to read first?
Experience, please.
Experience. Go ahead and roll a wisdom or an intelligence.
$13. Really warming up my rolls tonight.
A 13. If you were to spend 4 hours reading this book, the entire party would gain the equivalent experience of achieving their next level. It's interesting because it only grants the experience the first time it is read, given the indication that some might like to save this story for a later time when they are higher level in their mind is ready to understand the true meaning of it. Then again, reading about experience now would cause everyone to reach level 6.
Ooh, that's good.
Then again,
Seems like it's a good a time as any to read it. I don't. You guys think we should wait?
It's a good question.
So hard.
Yeah, you know, role playing wise, like we wouldn't strategize around this, right? Like, you know, our characters would just read it and take that knowledge and use it.
That's probably
So I
true.
say, let's read it now.
I agree.
Yes.
On a metagaming level, yeah, you could like think ahead or whatever, but there's no levels in the game, right? So that sounds fun. Let's read it.
And who knows, there might even be sequels to this bestseller. Let's see. As you read about experience, it talks about having an awareness for the things going on around you and the lessons that they try to teach us. Often the most expensive lesson to learn is one that came as a result of a penalty, burning one's hand or making a mistake. But the quest for excellence teaches us how to learn from things before we make mistakes. It teaches us how to anticipate and observe and learn the lesson that has the potential to be learned without experiencing the consequence. Luciel, can you think of a time from your history in the Fey realm when there would have been a time that you would have experienced a consequence, but you were able to avoid it by having wisdom?
Mhm. Good one. Let me think here. Avoiding with wisdom. I feel like you would get more in trouble than anything.
Yes, that is the lesson of the book. Staying out of trouble and having the wisdom to observe things. It speaks of ways of improving one's wisdom score, sometimes through magical means and otherwise by leveling. But it says too that possessing the right item can also enhance one's wisdom. But above all are the guidance and the help of friends. It describes wisdom as not the endeavor of a single person, but rather the joint effort of a group of wise people. It speaks of councils and tribunals and judges who rely upon written law and histories to find the wisdom of the ages. And it speaks of oracles and sages who seek the wisdom beyond our destiny. Both the past, the present, and the future hold wisdom, Luciel. Such is the quest for excellence, to balance the lessons of all three.
Levi, you're doing just at the right time. Just is the right time for Lucille to be chastised by the book.
I like that. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sorry, I'm getting held up by a meeting. I'm mostly just listening in at the moment.
Yeah. And
Yes, I think
Dalish,
Yeah.
Lucia would realize maybe cleverness isn't always wisdom. I think
cleverness.
like that.
The quest for excellence describes it as a double-edged sword. It is a shortcut to excellence, and it is excellence that does not endure. The excellence of cleverness is short-lived because it eschews the time and patient wisdom of the lesson. Cleverness is stealing excellence, where having wisdom is earning it. You three are left with the impression that the book is somewhat intimidating in its prose, though you do see the reason in the words. Would you like to continue reading, or put it away?
Maybe one more chapter. Maybe the one on friendship.
Ah, yes. On friendship. There is no excellence without friendship. It is the cornerstone of becoming great. When one person is excellent, it is a good thing. But when one person can raise the excellence of those around them, it is far better. And what are friendships if not truly lifting one another to excellence? Tyro, can you think of a time in your history as a rogue, as an arcane trickster, that elevating others assisted you in your own quest for excellence?
Yeah, so Tyro made quite the reputation for himself back in Baldur's Gate before he visited Nyanzaru. And there he learned many times to screw over his teammates, actually. He would leave them high and dry because they weren't very good people, and it was to his benefit. But one time, I would say Tyro met a group where he kind of liked them more, and he ended up helping them out in the heist, and he got caught for it and was put in prison, and he kind of like was beating himself up over why did he do that? And then his friends ended up busting him out, and he ran with that crew for quite some time. So I think that would be Tyro's first experience where elevating your allies can end with something good.
Yes. And as your mind recalls the anecdote, the words on the pages seem ever more relevant, as the quest for excellence describes this quest as liberating, and the freedom that we grant each other when we work together. It describes no prize being out of reach when talented people come together and all strive for excellence as a cohesive whole. As it is known, no man is an island. So too is the quest for excellence, a party endeavor. Dalish, holding the book in your hands and turning it over, this book does not describe your experience growing up in hell. The underworld has different means of excellence. Dominion and subjugation and torment are often more useful tools than all this nice friendship stuff. Still, you do see how the legions of demons commanded by your father did present an excellent front when working together to storm the halls of your enemies. Do you recall a time from your upbringing when the unification of so many resulted in excellence?
Oh yes, I certainly do actually. I haven't thought of it as friendship, but more of a camaraderie, I suppose. I do recall a time when we were we have this process when souls come in. We basically herd them into different areas, and there's different strategies for different blights of people and then creatures, of course. And I remember we strategically started changing our methods, and the only way we could do it was by positioning different commanders in different areas to guide them properly into a chamber that would fit more and more people. And so we really optimized this whole process, but the only way we could do it was with the other commanders, and it felt good. It felt good to work with them. And I was kind of surprised, but we worked really well together. And ultimately, we ended up gathering more souls than any other group had. So, also proud.
Yes, the book does speak of the positioning of commanders to help funnel excellence through the community. And like the souls flowing into hell and being routed to all their eternal damnations, so too does the book describe collaboration and communal efforts. It is the responsibility of great leaders in positions of power to raise the excellence of the operation. And it talks of how with responsibility also comes the attainment of excellence. For responsibility necessitates more conversations and duties and obligations, leaving little time for electives and menial things. Excellence in and of itself merits more responsibility, and with great responsibility comes great power. Therein, excellence is power, though excellence is the finesse with which power is wielded. So concludes the chapter on friendship.
I'm gonna as Dalish finishes the chapter, I'm gonna just ask her, unrelated to the book that we just read. You often talk about your home, and I've never feared death before, but when you talk about hell and the wonders there, I kind of get kind of a fear of dying more than normal. Is there any other way I could direct my soul to a better place?
Well, it's kind of about two things. I would say it's about one, whatever you do on this plane is going to be reflected down below. That's just how that works. But the other thing is, it's who you know, because I can help you out, and so can any of the other commanders. We can do as we please. We've earned it. So if you get to know the right people, you can really change your fate down there, huh? But so yeah, you've got two paths. At least that's what I believe. Which one do you think works for you?
Well, I do know you, and I've never said this before, but your feathers are looking very nice today. I'll make
Oh,
sure
thank
to
you.
keep you on my good side.
I would say I there are other commanders you might get to meet, and they are equally as easily swayed as myself. So I don't fall easily to compliments, but I do fall easily to those who are quite good at battles, at fighting, who have the skills of the knights we need down in hell. So just keep up the good work. You've got incredible skills. I love how you sneak around. It's a beautiful thing.
Very well, then. I will continue to impress you.
Yes, drawing much blood and escaping battles unscathed has earned you the favor of this young Hell Knight, Tyro. Dalish knows many connections in the underworld, and there are those commanders who are seeking worthy knights to enter their service. Dalish is one of them. Certainly the right deeds would get you noticed, whether heists or assassinations, espionage and exfiltration. There are many quests for excellence in the underworld, if you can stomach it.
What about you, Lucia? Where does your soul go after you die?
That's a very good question. That's actually one of the reasons why I left. I'm very, very old. A couple hundred. Stopped counting after a while. Or maybe I'm too much of a hassle to try to remember everything.
Well,
But-
you've died a few times, right, Lucia?
Well, I wouldn't say a dead, but I've been passed out. Yes, but thank you to all of you here. Have revived me or have brought me back from the brink of death. It
Were
is
you able
something.
to see to the other side?
Trying to think. I don't think so, right?
On the other side.
Those are.
You could roll a history check or a
Yes.
religion if you'd like to try to recall.
I'll do I'll do religion. Ooh, that's 5.
Yeah, you kind of blacked out in that moment where you touched with mortality, though you do remember the bliss and the euphoria of holding your breath. That emptiness, the void that you touched, was welcoming. Though you're not anywhere near ready to end it all, you do remember, if that were to happen, you wouldn't resist.
Yeah, I think I'll kind of relay that to the group here. Yes, it's kind of at this point kind of hard to tell if whatever if that was something, if that was a encounter with death, but that's why I'm here. I want to learn more about this death, and I think this is a perfect group, especially with Tyro and Dalish here now. Maybe I'll learn more with Dalish. Actually, maybe I should be taking some notes. If you don't mind, when you get a chance, let me know which commander is affected by or loves beauty and words. I'll make sure to be good friends with them, just in case.
Oh, there are many. There are many. I can keep you in the loop. But we only
Thank you,
take the worst of the worst, and so far you do not seem like the worst of the worst, my friend.
Oh, that's good to hear.
As you guys are distracted sharing your stories, Private Gerard scoots forward and tries to lick the book, turning the page to the next part. He seems very curious about the stories inside and, in some ways, his own quest for excellence. Though he accidentally swallows the book, and it floats slowly inside of his gelatinous form.
Gerard. I'll cast Mage Hand and try to retrieve the book.
To retrieve the book. We might have your mage hand here somewhere. One moment. Yes, reaching inside, Gerard, he's a bit gooey and sticky. Go ahead, roll a sleight of hand. It should be rather easy to retrieve the item.
$28.
Wrapping your fingers around it, it plucks easily from the Mr. Gerard, and the hole left behind it, rectangular in dimensions, fills shut. He is still smiling as you wipe the slime off of the book. It's good as new.
You'll have to wait, Gerard. Dalish will read it when she's ready.
Yes.
Well, it looks like Aquamal might have awoken too. Are you ready for me to read, Aqu?
It appears I was unwell from that teleport. I'm ready to hear what you have to say.
Chapter 3 it is.
And what are the contents of Chapter 3, Dalish?
We got experience, we got friendship. I'm not sure what the other chapters are. Let's go back to the summary.
Ah, does anyone else remember what the third chapter was? Because I don't.
Friendship was chapter 2. Wisdom was chapter 1, right?
Yeah.
Wisdom! Wisdom it is.
We read Wisdom.
Wisdom was with me, right?
Yeah, that's what so those are the two I remember reading.
We read experience also. So we read 3 chapters. Friendship, wisdom, and experience. And those were the only 3 that were mentioned.
Yes. Well, the other 11 chapters... Integrity. What is excellence without the truth? To lie about one's excellence is deceiving and fraud. Yet, to honestly behold and exude excellence is irrefutable proof of greatness. To be impeccable with one's word and to never tell a lie means that you can even trust yourself, always, inside knowing that you do not deceive others or yourself will keep your compass pointed true. To bear false witness and tell a lie is to tarnish the road to excellence. It casts a shade on the signposts, and the paths taken before now would appear to be overgrown and treacherous. To be deceptive is to create fear in yourself and a hesitancy to follow the road. Every stretch of the truth or white lie told can result in another misstep until you find yourself lost in the wilderness with no hope of return. But know this, quester, even the most lost soul in the darkest despair off the beaten path can find their way back to the quest of excellence by beginning with honesty. We must first stop lying to ourselves, and to thine own self be true. What is it that led you astray, Akumal? Was there deception in your past, a story you can remember where telling the truth when it was difficult helped you to get ahead?
Sorry, it takes forever for my fucking volume thing to leave my screen, and it was right in front of the unmute button. I believe that my own experience with the chief of my tribe, incompetent as he may be, is sadly all that we have. For his wife, the true chief of my tribe, fell gravely ill. She still lives, but we must deal with her sorry husband now. But I look at their story, and I wish not for other grung to suffer the dealings my tribe currently has to. For that reason, I left my tribe and inspired to elevate the grung in a somewhat shady manner, but true in its own form.
Yes. Here, with purpose, you shall liberate your people, your honesty in your observation of the chief's shortcomings. You do not deceive yourself into serving one who exudes such weakness. You lead a bold path, Akumal, one which is true, and on the quest for excellence, you will succeed, because you are honest with yourself. If only others could be so true as you. Akenyafa grumbles.
We are wasting time with this book learning. You all are nerds. The storm clouds are swirling in the sky, and soon the monsoon waters will pour, and the snakes beneath the murky water will bite at your heels. Let us move on instead of reading this drivel.
What do you think, Levi? We've made progress through the quest of excellence. Akumal, you have an opinion?
It is not one of great power to reject the teachings that we may read. For if we truly wish to evolve and survive and conquer the jungle. It is helpful to have all the knowledge we may have.
I have forgotten every story that was ever read to me, for I do not care for such fiction. You may read when you are ready to fall into a deep slumber. Reading is for the purpose of recovery and forgetfulness, so that one may be ready for battle. Young Akumal, do not let knowledge tarnish your perception of the world, for all things written are propaganda.
McKinney, I
All right, I
never
gotta say,
knew.
I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Then how about you take a propaganda at these nuts? Got him.
Are you lifting up your kilt, Levi, at the half giant tabaxi gladiator?
No.
Oh my
Why
god.
not?
Because he sets
Yep.
down his girlfriend.
Now that is
All
what
right,
I
that's
am
fair.
talking about. There is no book that could invoke such ire between two foes. What do you say about an honor duel, Captain Levi?
And the 8-foot gladiator kicks out the coals from the fire, scattering the sparks into your face as he draws his weapon and takes a warrior stance. Whether he
Oh,
is
you know what?
friendly or
I
serious.
can't let that shit slide. Come on. All right. So he's kicked some sparks into my face. All right. I wanna see if I can outdo him in kicking sparks into his face.
I'm gonna lean over to Dalich and be like, I thought we didn't have time for this.
This is exactly what there is always time for. We must establish a leader to lead us through these wilds. And who better than I, a merchant prince? You, Captain, will kneel to me.
As everybody starts to spread backward, leaving enough space for them, they circle each other around the fire pit.
Ooh, before
Got
they
an
start,
11 to.
Akumo approaches Levi and looks at Akene. My pupil, my wise strategist. He is not to be taken lightly, Akene, as I gently touch his clothing, giving him guidance
Ooh.
Very
if he ever
nice.
needs it.
You
All
will
right,
see
in that
that a
case,
true. Go ahead, Levi.
No, I was just gonna say add a D4 to my previous roll. No. Oh well, I got a 12 on kicking Ash in his face mid-sentence.
Ah!
As he sees you make your first move, it indicates to him the fight is ready. Levi, prepare for these attacks.
All right.
As he swings his club left to right, one of them you parry away, and the second one clumsy as he stumbles through the fire, you stepping out of his way. His back is exposed to you, Levi.
I'd like to first off use a riposte, so I'll use my reaction to make an attack. What is this luck? All right, hold on. I gotta add a precise strike to that. All right, 15. Does that hit?
15 does not hit. He spins around, his club knocking your blade to the side. He is fast.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll just begin. So I'm gonna make one attack. 15 again.
All right. He rolls to grab your blade.
Okay.
The both of you fighting without full heart. It seems that you are hesitating to actually harm each other. Is this all for show, you wonder? Is he even really
Well,
trying?
there's the nat 20.
Your nat 20 does hit his hand.
Ow!
Yes.
Oh no!
All right. Wait.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. I didn't mean to. I was gonna say. In regards to the rules of the honor duel, are we? So there was a dueling thing that I had done before, in which basically it was the first to make 2 consecutive strikes without being hit themselves wins the honor duel. Is that so? There's no damage or anything along those lines. It's just if you can make 2 strikes before the other person is able to hit you twice, or without being interrupted, then you win the honor duel.
That seems great. He's used his reaction. It is still your turn. Your first hit has landed, in fact, as a critical.
No, second hit landed as a critical. The riposte failed, the first hit failed, and the second hit, in fact, did succeed as a critical. But then it's his turn.
Yes, it is now his turn. His girlfriend, Maxine, pleading for him to stop this nonsense. He says that you would not understand, as he leaps at you, swinging his club with fury again. Does a 21 does club you?
Yes.
Okay, roll a Constitution save. Say again.
Oh, 11.
An 11. As you see stars conked over the head, your hat crumpled, you fall to your knees as he lifts you up above his head.
Let
Can I use
this.
a second wind?
Uh-huh. As a reaction.
I was going
you
to say,
may.
could I use... I know it's not the traditional use of second wind, but could I potentially use the second wind as like a recovery?
You may. As he does have his giant paw wrapped around you, lifting you up for others to see, our audience might form an opinion. Onlookers, what do you think of this match?
Tyro's really enjoying it.
Oh yeah, dude. Akamal is definitely entranced by this. I don't know what Dalish was talking about. We ain't got time for no playing.
Just feels,
No,
definitely
it was what's his name was the one that sang, not Dalish.
Who was
He was
it?
Yeah, Kenny Alpha was like nagging us on leaving, and then he started this competition.
So I got a belt knife. I want to stab him with.
Yes. Now that he has you up in the air, taunting everyone about, books are stupid and people who read them are dumb. See, true power is what leads to greatness. And you guys have the choice to either throw your book in the fire or he will throw Levi in the fire. Whether he actually intends that or not is, you are all a bit skeptical. But Levi, you have now awoken and reaching for the dagger on your hilt.
Ooh, 21. Does that hit?
A 21 does hit. Squarely, right between the chink
I
in
want to
his
stab
armor.
his wrist.
Uh-huh, the wrist.
Yeah, that he's currently holding me with. I want to stab that.
Yes.
And then... Ooh, a 23. Very nice.
Kenny Alpha, you underestimate him.
Ah! In pain, he drops you, grabbing his wrist.
How can it be that a man can defeat a giant? Were it not a duel for honor, you would have been smitten across this ground, and I would have dashed the brains from your skull. But because we are friends, and you fought honorably, I yield to you for one day only.
And he offers his...
We'll have to repeat this in one day hence.
Each day you will duel a Kenny Alpha for the position of the primal of the group. He extends his bloodied wrist. You see the crimson droplets trickling down his palm and the tips of his claws. It's hard to tell if it is a smile that this perpetually scowling half-giant is wearing, but do you accept the gesture?
Tell you what, now that I have a belt knife, I'm gonna use it as a bit of a ritual dagger. Put my own palm, and then offer that hand out to shake for him.
Though I do accept your fellowship as a blood brother, I must advise against intentional lacerations in the jungle. There is a high likelihood that you will now die of infection, leaving me the de facto leader of this group once again.
So, does he shake?
Yes, he does shake your hand firmly, and you feel
Very
that
nice.
yank on your arm as if to dislocate your shoulder. He's secretly
Oh
demonstrating
hell,
his
I,
power.
I, I can't, I
demonstration.
can't let that, I can't let that slide. Let's go, nerd. Come on.
Do
Yeah,
not,
25.
do not be meek.
As you tried to pull him into the handshake, he rolls a strength check against your own. Yet somehow caught off guard is
I'm letting you do this because you are the leader for now, and I do not want to challenge you in front of the others. It would be a mutiny.
Yes, of course, my friends. I understand completely.
Yes. Now tell my girlfriend how great I am.
And fought honorably. He fought for the honor of a maiden. He fought for the honor of a city, and he is one of the greatest warriors who have ever lived.
she rolls her eyes.
Why does her face look so appropriate?
My lord, I do not much care for the wilds. I think it does not bring out the best in you.
Huh. We will see about that by the end of the day, when massive reptiles try to devour you, and I spare your life by splitting their jaws from their craniums.
Ah, she
Right.
trembles.
I go to the group. I want to go, guys, listen. We gotta set something up for these two, something romantic, you know? Get them flowers, you know, find a table. Maybe a stump. I think a stump would probably be more on theme. You know? Gotta do the whole shebang.
Yes.
I think that would be pretty good politically.
For what use would those flowers be, Levi? I doubt they eat flowers. Kenny seems like he would prefer some meat.
Oh, we can do that too. Yes, we can do that too. I think that. No, it is more of an aesthetic gesture than it is a consumption.
Very good.
That is what the meat is for.
It's like when you gift your loved one the guts of your recent hunt.
No, that's for consumption, I assume.
Oh, I mean, sometimes we do like to wear them.
Ah, yes. All right, then in that case, yes, you understand completely.
Oh, I, I, I sure do hope that we find a large dino. Yes, Kenny would love his intestines. They do make good necklaces.
Yes.
Well, if we're
I am
going to try
sure.
to set, go ahead.
I am sure dino sausages would be quite enjoyable for many.
Perhaps it would be
Yeah.
wise for us to discuss this as we travel. The rain will start soon.
My good Tyro, in the beautiful land of Cholt, the rain will start every day. Rest assured, we will get wet.
Pyro kind of grimaces. He's not looking forward to it.
Oh, Akumal's excited for it. He just stares at you with like the happiest like face and like blank expression he's ever given.
Frogs in rain. Well, if we do set up a date, I propose Luciel make the arrangements. I would not enjoy a date planned by the two of you.
Oh, thank you, my friend, for that vote of confidence. But yeah, let's get to this place first. I don't know if
Okay. We have.
Guys, we're giving her a sword. We can make an arena. It'll the whole 9 yards. It'll be a grand old time for all parties involved.
We have the
Never mind.
option to try and head west. The typical ways of navigation unavailable to us on this day, with the sun occluded behind the storm clouds. There is a chance we go in the wrong direction. Alternatively, we can go by land. Instead of trying to roll on the map as a hex crawl, we may march through the swamps, encountering what we may, by following those lichens which grow only on the north faces of trees. The choice is yours, adventurers. Hex crawl or don't.
I vote hex crawl. That
Hex
sounds fun.
crawl. Crawl.
Hex crawl. Hex crawl. The goal is to get to Camp Righteous. Levi has established himself as the captain of the group. Levi, who shall you appoint as the group navigator?
I am appointing Aku.
Akuma.
All right, guys, who wants to be the group navigator?
No, I like that
Oh.
idea. We agree.
All right, yeah, he knows the wilds the best, Akumo.
I am proficient in survival. Can I assist him?
You can work together
Deputy navigator.
if
Be his number 2.
if the prime navigator is accepting an apprentice navigator, it can be done.
Ah, Tyro, I always knew. You wished to learn the glories of the Grung ways.
I mean, listen, we can't have apprentice. You know, obviously, we're a group of high value individuals as such.
I dig it. I dig it.
We'll do.
I've never
Oh no,
been to
no,
Chult
I'm
before.
saying, I'm saying totally, like, you know, in practice, sure, but in resume wise, you will be instead chief scout. That way
Ooh, I
you'll
like
have
that. That title does
a
sound
better
cool.
title. Yeah.
Yes, Akumo, I would appreciate anything you can teach me. I am a foreigner to these lands.
Let us begin by taking the mud of this here ground to get the blessings of the land. We must rub it on our faces.
I'll do it like not a problem.
Can I like discreetly drop some cucumbers from my rations?
Yes.
You see, Luciel was going to speak up to join Akumal, but as soon as seeing that mud on the face, she steps back.
No, Luciel. You must receive the blessings.
I'll see the best blessings from a distance here, next to Dalish.
Okay. Akumal, roll a persuasion, and Luciel, you may roll a skill check to avoid displeasing the navigator.
Oh, deception.
Deception. Persuasion versus deception.
Ooh,
Persuasion. Let's see.
I got a 10.
I got a 10.
Hey, let's go.
All right. You may agree to disagree, or Akumal may insist on a reroll. But for now, Luciel is hiding. His skin is very fair.
Reroll.
Oh yeah, we can reroll. Yeah. Let's
Okay.
reroll. Let's reroll.
Akumal insisting that you don't deny this ritual. If for even one of us were to not rub mud on our faces, the chances of getting lost increase exponentially. Don't worry, Luciel. The storm season rains will wash it away by the end of nightfall. But you must put this mud on your face. Go ahead. You may roll
You gotta
again.
beat a 19.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, did it click? There we go. Oh my god. A 20.
Ah!
My friend, thank you for that. But I can give you some magical guidance if you wish, from a distance.
A compelling argument he has made, Akumal, but you continue to show Tyro how to put the mud on his face. No, not like that.
Yes, Tyro. Yes, make sure to get it between the crevices. I myself don't have ears, but it seems like there's some ample space behind yours.
Very well, my friend. As a rogue who
Wonderful.
camouflages, putting mud on his face is no big deal. A
Yes,
wood elf.
yes. We were truly blessed by the land, having this Tyrannosaurus Rex poop nearby. This mud will surely deter other predators.
Yes. The likelihood
You
of
can't tell, but Tyro's face just turns green for under the mud, realizing that it's not just mud.
The blessings
Yes.
of Ubtao be upon you. The party will now have a reduced chance of encountering random dinosaurs for the next day.
Yes. Sadly, this deters bugs, but for the first day, it is wise to do this. Yes, yes. Let us make our way south.
Okay. You may now roll a survival check to lead the party one day south.
Can he get advantage since I'm his apprentice?
He can, and Luciel's also offering guidance. Do note
Yes.
that the X on the map is Camp Righteous.
Could I assign another job, please?
You would like to change your job?
No. I don't want to change my job. I'd like to assign another party member a job.
Oh,
I could.
yes, you may.
I'd like to assign Lucy L as chief florist, the guy in charge of foraging for stuff.
Mm.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I need a job for Dalish though. That's another one. Dalish, what do you want to do?
A lookout?
I can be a skyscraper and like fly
Yeah.
over you guys to
Ooh,
look.
I have a good one.
Ooh, tell me more.
What do you call it? Chief bird watcher. Gotta look at the birds.
I needed a new hobby. Here we go.
Mhm.
Listen, if you can talk to him as well, that would be much appreciated.
Aye, aye, Captain. Captain Levi.
All right, sweet. Let's go.
I got.
And then
Oh, I was just gonna say I got a 22 on the survival check, just so y'all know.
huge. I gotta stop spinning in this chair. It's an office chair.
Yes, a 22 as you lead the party one day south, Akumal. The chief bird watcher and the florist may also roll for foraging checks. The rains.
What would I roll for?
It's probably like a survival, nature, medicine, one of those.
I'll do medicinal herbs or something.
Yes. And
I
as
got a 7. Not looking good.
7. You listen for birds, and they do fly above you in the trees. There was one moment where you heard a very loud shriek. And looking up into the trees, you see the branches shaking and hear the sound of snapping twigs. But there are no animals you can see. That was when the rains came. It was followed by the sound of thunder, and the torrential pour down drenched you all as you sought refuge on higher ground. Deeper into the jungles and heading south, Akeniofa questioned your leadership, Akumal, but you assured him that because you were wearing dinosaur poop, all was going according to plan. We set up camp in the
Yes.
evening. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I got a 20 in medicine check.
Okay. You did find some flowers that would make a nice fixture for a romantic date in the jungle. These flowers were yellow with brilliant petals and with streaks of maroon. They reminded you of the yellow musk creepers that you fought beneath Nyanzaru. However, these are certainly different. The pollen doesn't drive you mad. they will make a suitable adornment. All right. We have the option, Akumal, to set up camp as the sun is going down and the twilight predators begin their howls. There are safer places up in the trees and where the vines dangle and can be fastened into hammocks. But you may also force the party to press on. The choice is yours to make double time or rest for the evening as we head for twilight.
Though there are many dangers in the jungle at night, for this dinosaur poop mixed mud, we can press on just this once. I heavily suggest it, for I do not trust the jungle near the city. It is too unfamiliar for my taste. We can
I'm
follow
concerned.
the...
I'm concerned that all of us may not be as dark adapted as our companion here. Notably me.
Worry not, Levi, for two of us are blessed with the land. We also have a Kenyafa. We are well protected against the night. Just for today, though, I suggest we press on just this once.
Mm.
You know what? Yeah, I say I concur. I think we press on. We got to get some meat anyway for the stump date. So
Yes, I'm feeling pretty confident to move forward.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No objections to traveling at night. Who are those of you who can see in the dark?
I can.
All of us except for Akuma and Levi, right?
Very good.
I can see in the dark.
And Akumal, go ahead and roll to lead us through the night. Which direction would you like to travel next?
Southeast along the river Oolong.
Oh, wait. Let me ensure. The River Oolong. Yes, that is the opposite direction of Camp Righteous. In the evening, you may roll that survival check to try and lead us to the southeast, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Through the darkness, your
I'll
friends...
do it. I'll do it without advantage since I'm leading the group and I don't have dark vision.
Very good.
All right, now let me do that D4 for the... All right, 15.
A 15. One moment. Yes. You may head southeast. But by dawn, the Akeniafa sopping wet and everybody covered in mud, we will all suffer one exhaustion. As the sun rises and we are wary, trekking through the mud and the water flowing, we narrowly avoided a flash flood last night. Akeni was the first to hear it and scrambled everybody out of the ravine as the water came flowing through, black and glistening in the moonlight. We climbed up a tree and for several hours we watched the rain pummel the surface of the water like 1,000 meteors. until the swirling brackish water subsided enough that we could make a crossing against the high branches, and moving along in a direction. When the sun rose and Kenny demanded we stop and make a fire, he challenged you, Akumal.
You are getting us lost. This is not the way to the river. I know it because I can taste the air, and it does not taste foul. It tastes like questions and mysteries. Where are you taking us, Akumal?
The questions you should be asking is, you sniffing your upper lip? For I, as Grung, feel the river. Our skin needs moisture, and my body is simply directing me to the closest source of water.
Captain Levi, a word with you to the side. I would challenge your authority once again, for under your leadership, we are not headed in the right direction. I can sense it, for I have slain many a foe in these parts and marked trees with my own claws. Yet I see none of this territory I have been before. I will never admit that I am lost, but I know that I am not where I intend to be.
I understand your predisposition at the moment. Mission Prince. Perhaps, after all, you were the one who saved us from the flash flood last night. Something that is greatly appreciated. And I'm gonna take him over. I'm gonna lead him away a little bit more. He's gonna whisper. I do share your doubts. You thought, for a moment there, I might have heard the sounds of the rushing river, but they have grown silent since then. Perhaps we can work together on some maps for a moment. There's some more concrete proof, and after which, we may have our morning duel.
Yes.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna get out the maps. Gonna, come over to a Kenny Alpha, try and like compare which ones are which, and so on and so forth. In order to figure out, all right, where are we?
Yes. A navigation check.
All right. I'm gonna actually, before I do that, I'm gonna bring over Tyro.
Okay. Tyro and Levi, looking at maps together. You stole everything off of the walls in Merchant Prince Sylvain's mansion. These papers, though now damp and some ruined, form many pieces of a constituent whole. Piecing them together, the two of you could cooperate to try to ascertain your current location.
We need to take better care of these. Oh no. My connection.
Chief Birdwatcher. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I think Levi said he was having a connection challenge. Did you guys want to take a brief 5-8 minute break and come back?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Sure, I'm down.
Yeah, that works.
All right. We'll be right back.
Oh no, Levi, no.
What's the matter? Does he say he's okay?
His internet died.
Right. Go back. Sorry about that.
Oh, yes.
I got a 7 on. I got a 7 on the roll.
Okay.
I didn't see Iris saying that. He needs to step away. So perhaps it would be a Kenny that would roll for that instead.
Oh, so we were just going to take a quick little break, because we thought it might be
Of course.
a minute or two before you get back. And let me look here. He might have just stepped away.
Did I just disappear?
Oh, never mind. He's
Might have
back.
been
Let's go.
I think an internet connection thing happened. I just connected my phone. It looks like it's working.
Ah, yeah, we were saying
Sweet.
due to the disconnect, why don't we come back in about 6 minutes?
Oh, do you guys want to take a break real quick?
Yeah, little one. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds good to me.
we will be right back.